Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Mark Isaac Potter Presents. Today we're visiting with Bob, and this is his first time on the show, so I want to make sure and get from him how to properly pronounce his last name. How do we properly pronounce your last name, Bob?
Thank you, Mark. My last name is pronounced Solimeno. It,
Oh, very nice. Solimeno.
yeah.
Are you Sicilian or
It-
Italian or
Italian. Yeah, my
it,
dad was actually born in Italy.
oh, very beautiful. Can you do it? I'm going to have to write down the phonetic spelling. It's always helped me over the years here. Let me do that. Because I keep in my head, I keep doing it wrong. Go ahead and do it again, please.
Solimeno. Solimeno.
Okay. Uh, Solimeno. Okay, great. That's wonderful. So, tell us, if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself as a person. Like, where did you grow up? What kind of like you might have went to Illinois. I'm from Ohio originally.
Oh, well, that's where I'm living right now.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, you're in like Loveland or someplace, is that right? Or
Yeah,
what?
it's the
Yeah,
greater
I'm from
Cincinnati area.
what greater what?
Cincinnati?
Okay, I'm from up north. I'm from a little town called Vermillion,
Ah,
which is halfway between Cleveland and Toledo. It's kind of a resort town on the lake. Uh, I don't know, I think my Uncle James lived in Cincinnati for a while. My dad's people are all from Kentucky. So we used to drive that every summer to see my grandma. So,
huh.
yeah. So you lived in Ohio a long time or?
I've been in Ohio 21 years now, a little over that.
Okay. And where did you go to school? What you study?
Um, well, I went to the University of Illinois, but I'm originally from the south suburbs of Chicago. That's where I grew
Oh,
up.
okay.
And so that was natural for me to go to U of I.
Okay. Very
And
cool.
yeah, yeah, it's a great school. Those were the best years of my life, I have to say.
Oh. Hopefully you got some really good years coming up in the near future here.
I hope so. I hope
What
so.
did
I'm
you
not done yet.
study in school?
I studied science. I'm a chemist by training.
Oh, good. Okay. I have one other scientist that is on the show.
Ah,
You'll meet him eventually because he's in the Alignables a lot. His name is Frederick Abramson,
okay.
and he's like yourself, very accomplished gentleman in the field of genetics. Anyway, so
Just jotting your down. Look forward to meeting him sometime.
yeah, he's in a lot of the Alignable groups.
Hmm.
Uh, so you have a business. What business do you own there?
It's called Immersitech Real Estate Investment.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember the word. Okay, and we met in a alignable like a lot of my guests do. Immersitech Real Estate Investments. So so you provide funding for flips or what?
Yeah, for flips and fixes, and also people who want to invest in property for rental income. So, invest in it and hold it, whether it needs rehab or not. Uh,
Okay. All right.
but
Yeah.
I loan money for people to do that kind of activity, and there's also wholesaling opportunities where you line up a buyer and a seller. Maybe the buyer is in our age group and they want to move to Florida or something and
Yeah.
cash out of their property, and an investor wants to pick up on that to use for rental or for flipping.
Yeah. For whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend in Cleveland who she's an investment specialist as well. I don't know if it would be good for you guys to meet each other. Her name is Danielle Acosta,
Hmm.
and she's Danielle. Last name is Acosta, and she does real estate as a real estate agent, but she's also an investment specialist, and she and her friends also run a nonprofit for single mothers and vets in which
Oh,
they actually provide housing. Their nonprofit. I don't know why I'm telling you about everybody else instead of featuring you. That's not. It may not be very nice. I don't know.
no,
Anyway,
no.
just networking is probably the name of the game. So
Well,
yeah,
I definitely would like to meet and talk with Daniela. Real
yeah.
estate agents are people that I want to work with because
Hmm.
they've got kind of the front line information that I'm looking for, especially if they work with investors to close
Yeah.
the properties.
Can you work in any state of the union?
Yeah, except for 4 or 5. There's a few states where it requires a broker's
A
license,
license or something? Okay.
but
So, all
so
right.
out of 45 states, I think I can do business.
Okay, very good. So I do know some realtors around the country. I have worked mostly in having them on the show from Ohio, South Dakota, California, Oregon, Hawaii. Those are the big ones anyway. So
Okay.
tell us about how long have you been doing the immersive tech?
Well, I've had the LLC for over 10 years, but I've repurposed it for this business. Uh,
Okay.
there's a little bit of a story there. If you don't mind,
No, that's we're here to tell your story.
so right around 2008, 2009, we had our Great Recession, and that pretty much ended my career as a corporate scientist.
Okay.
Uh, there's droves of people who lost jobs, and I was one of them. So faced with the opportunity of like minimal job prospects, I chose to start a consulting business because I had not only myself, but about a dozen other friends of mine who I worked with for many years who were out of work. And so
Okay.
I thought, well, why not pool our resources and see if we can sell our talent, our services that we can provide a company who doesn't want to retain full-time staff, but they
Right.
still need that technical support.
Right.
And so that's how Immersive Tech was born.
Okay. Very nice. So 2009, 2010.
Yeah,
All
all the
right.
way through 2011, and nobody was spending money still. So,
Yeah, it took a while after that downturn. So,
I ran out of money at that point, so we had to cease operations of that endeavor. Um, I did find another job eventually at the very end of 2011 that lasted about 4 years. And then that company was going through a merger and acquisition, and I lost my job again. So a little patch of rough luck along the way.
yeah, no, it's the way of the world nowadays. So,
So fast forward to basically the past year or so. Um, I've been working part-time at a local hardware store just for
okay.
fun money and getting to see
Yeah,
people and
yeah.
get out of the house.
I know that exactly. Yeah.
And at the same time, I wanted to look for other potential opportunities. So I
All
started
right.
taking several online courses, and I came across this, opportunity to invest in real estate and in a variety
Okay.
of forms. So I took a course on investing in tax lien certificates.
Okay.
I took another course on investing in notes, real estate notes, which is where,
Okay.
say, an owner of a property wants to sell, but the people who buy can't get funding, and the seller decides to
Cover it.
out by
Carry it. Yeah.
carry it for them. So
That's
that
right.
person's holding a note, but they might not want to hold that note forever.
Yeah.
So notes can be traded,
Right.
bought and
Mm,
sold.
right. Right.
And so that's part of what I'm looking to begin. But then the
Okay.
follow-up course to that was actually becoming a certified private money broker for hard money. And I am connected with a capital investment group. And actually, I can work with any private money group all across the country. There's a list of 100 of them or so. But now I know enough to get started. I've got the real estate software to search for properties that are not necessarily on MLS.
Okay.
And so, looking for potential opportunities that way gives me access to the market in a unique way. And now what I'm doing is I'm trying to focus on advertising in a few key geographical markets, most of which are around me to start. But I'm also looking at Florida because there's always lots of real estate opportunities in Florida.
Yeah, I would think so, given that. Yeah. Okay.
And
Very
uh,
cool. Very nice.
and so, I've got my website set up and doing some Craigslist ads in these different cities,
Okay.
and meeting with people like yourself. And I've met a couple of realtors, um,
Good.
just getting the
Okay.
ball rolling.
Very nice. So, so many things I want to tell you. It's a good thing we're going to do a series because I have about 50 comments and 200,000 questions, as I usually do, having done this for more than 2 decades. Um, boy, let's see. Tell us a little bit about the day to day of Immersa Tech. Are you now the sole proprietor of it, or do some of your friends still part of the group, or how does that work?
No, that group was dissolved a long time ago, but
Okay.
I am working by myself at the moment, and I hope to be successful enough to need to bring on other people.
Yeah, I would hope so too. And so you have at least one kind of financial backer that you can go to for the actual money. If some investor says, "Well, I need, 7 million for these two properties in Hawaii," then
Well,
you can.
I'm just trying to start smaller. I'm looking at single family homes. That's certainly, an eventuality that could happen. But
Yeah,
right now, my focus is single family homes, duplexes, fourplexes. Um, Want to keep the property at no more than 2,800 square feet, no more than a half acre. And all the reasoning behind this is because of what was happening during the recession. People lost a lot of money with real
yeah.
estate going in the tank. So this is
Okay.
really kind of the sweet spot
All
where there's
right.
actually
Good.
a need for more property to come on the market to provide housing.
Now, are there trade magazines in finance or real estate that would be advantageous to you?
That's a great question. I don't know. And
Okay.
if you know of any, please let
Well,
me
I
know.
I I get most of my stuff from the internet, so but I have over the last couple of years I've done a lot of days where I cold call realtors
Uh-huh.
from the states I enumerated. So um yeah, so I am talking to them sometimes. And not a lot of them are investment specialists, so
Yeah.
I think the investment group is a different breed. Uh yeah, so how does it work? Like someone gives you a call or you find a property and then you try to interest someone in investing in it, or how does the process of Immersa Tech work?
it could work both ways. So I'm placing these ads on Craigslist in different areas.
Right.
The purpose of trying to get people to call me. And, once someone connects with me that way, I know that they're interested or are already actively investing in property like that. So I can explain to them what is it that I can offer them as a service. And if
Okay.
they've got some upcoming projects, I can fund them. I'm also looking at properties through some proprietary software that I have that's property that's not on MLS, it's off-market property.
Right. Right. Right.
And it does an analysis for me to see, first of all, is the owner living in the property or they have a different address? So absentee owners are people that I want to approach.
Okay.
If there are properties that have high equity, and if they are already invested as an absentee owner, they may be bored at some point and want to get out. And so with a high equity property, that's definitely something that could be invested in by someone interested in flipping houses. So I could,
Now, high equity means most of it's already paid off.
right, right.
Okay. Very nice. So there's a lot, you know, a lot about this. There's a lot to be known, it looks to me like. So, uh, can you give us some contact information for our audience if they want to get in touch with you about your business?
Certainly, it's.
What do you prefer to give out?
I'll give out my website address. It's
Okay. Okay.
www.immersitech,
Okay.
IMMERSITECH
Okay.
.com.
All right, great. And they can find stuff on their ways to get in touch with you, either a contract form or whatever.
Yeah, just contact form. My business phone is on there. My business email is on there. They can book an appointment with me there.
Okay, so and your ideal client is someone who wants to invest in the described group, you know, single family homes, duplex, fourplex, etc.
Right.
Rock probably for now around the Midwest. Uh,
And my goal is to make it very easy for them to do. So
nice.
I'm the guy who will handle all the paperwork, the submission for the loan, and
Okay.
I also will give a guarantee that if anybody finds a better price, come back to me and we'll beat it.
Okay. And we'll beat it, not just meet it, but beat it. Good.
Yeah,
Good, good, good. Very nice. All right. Well, I'm starting to do ads with AI. I don't know that I will do this, but I might make a sample ad for you about this stuff. Usually when I make the first ad for people, they review it and go, no, that's not what we meant. Here's what we meant.
yeah.
But at least it gets them off gets
That's
them
actually
onto
what
the play, the board, so to speak. So,
and that's what I've been using for these Craigslist ads. I've had some, you know, blurb that I wrote or I found somewhere.
then you put it in Chat GTP
Chat
or
GPT, and
Perplexity or
it puts
okay,
something
good,
out that looks nicer, and it
very
works
nice.
well actually.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, it's been wonderful talking with you, and I hope we do many shows together. In the future, we'll be talking about different aspects of your business, like perhaps how financing a fourplex is different than financing a small retail home and that kind of thing, or different
Sure.
modalities that you mentioned of ways for you to have your hands on some money from somewhere. I was hoping you had said would say also that you help fund startups, but you're not
No,
near that game right now,
no. All the loans that I can provide have to be secured by real estate.
huh? Okay, good. All right, folks. Well, this is Bob, who I will learn with over the next 10 or 20 years how to pronounce his last name, I promise. And
Just call me
he
Bob.
He hasn't heard any of my usual jokes yet, so but we'll get there. Thank you so much, Bob, and it's immersatech.com, folks. If you're looking to invest, give Bob a call, please, and we'll talk soon. Bob, thanks for your time today, okay?
Thank you so much for having me, Mark.
And we'll schedule another show. Let me know what we tape our show at, and this is Pacific time, which I love to call pathetic time. 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. And by the way, send me an email and remind me like that you want to get a hold of Danielle and whoever else I mentioned, Frederick, if you want
Okay.
to. Because I have some dementia for real, so I forget things.
I'll be happy to send you an email. Thank you so
Very
much.
nice. Okay, so good. So, folks, thank you. We love you. Call
Thank,
Bob. Either that or alternatively, I would suggest call Bob. Talk to you later, Bob. Take
bye-bye.
care. Get on my schedule for the next few weeks or something. We'll do show number 2.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, boss.